Hey guys, happy Thursday. I've got some news for you, stuff to catch up. What else? I've got some cute treat. I feel like I haven't done this in ages. It really hasn't been that long, but it feels like years. Let's see here. There's my YouTube. Hey, Ann. Hi, Christina. Hey, Cliffy. How you doing, Cliffy? We'll keep you company, my friend. All right. YouTube's looks like it's doing okay. How's the Facebook's doing? Anybody on Facebook hear the sound of my voice? I've got a lot going on here, you guys. We've got paper sampler and share. We're printing sketches, we're laminating sketches, papers cut, we're sorting and labeling. We are going to work all the way through the weekend really hard. I'm live today at 2 o'clock. I'm live tomorrow at noon. Friday, Saturday, Jan and Joyce are going to be here helping me with Paper Sampler and In Color Club. Monday, Jan and Joyce are going to be here help me wrapping up Paper Sampler and In Color Club. I'm hoping that Paper Sampler and In Color Club are going out Tuesday and Wednesday. That's our goal. So a little update there. You're getting a sneak peek right now. In Color Buddies. And a coordinating treat. Well, that's what we're going to make today. All right, I'm going to look for myself on another device and see how my Facebook friends are doing. There's Kathy. Hey, Kathy. Happy Thursday. Hey, Joy. All right. So it looks like you guys are hearing me and seeing me on both platforms. That's awesome. Belinda says, yo, from YouTube. Hey, Belinda. Julie. It's so glad to catch you. It's been a while. Yes, indeed, it has been a while. Look at you guys talking to each other. Yes, continuing prayers for Cliffy. Cliffy, we're so glad that we can keep you company during this trial. We'll walk with you. Hey, Jan. Jan's here. Yay. Hey, Jessica. Okay, so that's Jan. Jan is going to be here helping you guys with Paper Sampler, In Color Club. We have got tons going on behind the scenes. Like, it's a little frantic. It's a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. But, and I'm also feeling a little discombobulated. Let me start this all out with thank you. Thank you all so very much. Thank you to my Kitchenette's team members. Thank you to my customers. Thank you to my cool people, card club members. Thank you to everybody who buys PDF card classes, orders Stampin' Up! Products. Because of your support, I got to enjoy the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. And I'm not kidding you guys. It's one of the highlights of my year, and it's good time away with Max. I completely disconnect. It's sometimes hard to re-engage and reconnect when I get back, but I do. I completely disconnect and take time out, and wouldn't have that that blessing, that rest, that time out if it weren't for all of you and all of your support. For everybody that helps me cut things, pack things, prep things. For those of you who help me when I'm got too much design in my head and I can't get it out fast enough. You guys know who you are. Thank you. Your support means the whole wide world to me, and it's because of you that I was able to get out for a little bit. I missed you guys while I was gone. Christina says, very well deserved, Marissa. Hey, thank you, my friend. B says, welcome back. I am so glad to be back. I really do love my work, and I'm back refreshed and excited with new ideas, you guys. Things are going to change a little bit. Couple of things. You're going to see some differences in my lives and in my recorded videos, and what I do live and what I do recorded. So just brace yourself. I'm not ready to talk about all of it yet, but what I do live and what I do recorded is going to change a little bit. You're going to see some changes in the kitchen table stamper craft social challenges. You're going to see some changes in card club for cool people. We have come to the very last of our swag. We went past what we had committed. So there's going to be 2 changes in Card Club, just 2. They're still going to be totally stacked with lots of amazing product. You're still going to have your concierge to go or online exclusive levels. You still will get that gorgeous handmade thank you card and more product than you can use, plus bonus ideas for that extra product. Nothing is going to change there, but the price does increase with July's subscriptions. So please keep that in mind. June, we are doing the turtles. Let me find those. Let's do a quick sneak peek of those. We're doing the new turtles. I didn't love these guys at first. I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. It took seeing the rest of the suite. All right, so we're doing Turtly Awesome. That's the bundle. And this was available as one of the options for the pay to play at Onstage. So like you could do an extra stamping event at Onstage, and you got a choice of this or a flower set. And when I saw that, I said, give me the flowers, give me the flowers, just give me the flowers. And I got the flowers because I was like, I don't think I like those turtles, but I have to say, it's okay to take it slow and hope your birthday is totally awesome. Like I kind of liked those, you know, but then when we saw the pre-order, I saw the rest of the suite, the ribbon, the embellishments, the designer series paper, saw the samples done with these guys actually colored, and coloring them makes a big difference. And I decided that I was going to go for it. I was going to do Turtly Awesome. So let me show you guys. In June, we're doing Turtly Awesome. If you subscribe now up till June 5th, this is the kit that you're going to receive, or this is the cards that your kit will make that you're going to receive. You can do it online only, or you can do it online only, or you can do it to go, or you can do it concierge. The difference between to go and concierge is whether your exclusive sketch is PDF or laminated and included. All right, so June Card Club is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, 3 sketches, 2 of each card, and my little turtley dude. All right, so I hope, just giving you that nice little sneak peek there, maybe you're seeing some of the potential that I saw in the turtles. Now, here's the question, and I'm going to be looking both at YouTube and at Facebook. Do you like the turtles? Yes or no? They are very polarizing. People are going to say love them or hate them. They're super polarizing, and I knew that going into it. So what we started was alternatives. They started with May. So if you haven't seen that yet, hey, Card Club for Cool People, how did you like your May alternatives? We did all of our cards for Turtly Awesome with Bella and Friends, Zoo Crew, and with the turtles from a couple years ago, the one with the punch. All right, so you're gonna have instructions and video for the Turtly Awesome cards, but our friend Jan made alternatives for this for you so that maybe you could, if you can't get past the turtle, if you don't love him, I mean, what is not to love about him? But if you don't love him and you can't get past that, or if you had these turtles and you don't want any more turtles, those are enough, you will very easily be able to substitute and really enjoy your class packet anyway, okay? So Christina says, cool idea. And Jan says that she's grown to like those turtles. Deepa says, welcome back. Hey, Deepa, I'm glad you're here, my friend. Let's see here. Christina says, love the Turtly Awesome. Didn't like it, but got the suite anyway. So glad I decided for the June Card Club for Cool People. I am so glad you're excited. I love the enthusiasm because the cards turned out absolutely beautiful. It really is a good set. There's lots of fun little details, like you saw a little ice cream cone, the birds, the hat. There's a watering can and an apron, so you can kind of dress up your turtle. It really is a cute bundle. All right. Holly says, cute. I didn't like them when I first saw them. Me neither. And I think that's happening a lot too. As you guys just looked at it quick in the catalog, you know, as here's a stamp set for you and a couple of samples. I think a lot of people are like started to see other things done with it, and it's growing on them. I think turtles are growing on people, but very polarizing to start with. Jessica loves them. Jan says they've grown on her. Kathy says, no, don't like the turtles. Hate to admit it, but they kind of freak me out. No, I'm so glad you could be honest with me, because that's what people were saying about it. And like I told you, when I saw it for that pay to play event, you know, the extra stamping event for on stage, when they're like, hey, you get to pick a bundle. It costs $80. You got to pay to play, but you get a bundle. And they were like, turtles or flowers. I was like, flowers, dude, give me the flowers. Like, I couldn't get the flowers fast enough, but playing with them after seeing the rest of the suite and then playing with them, I'm really happy with them. But then you just use Bella and Friends or Zoo Crew to make your cards, right? Any little critters will do, or use the last turtle with the punch. That punch bundle was really cute. Esmeralda says, I was on the fence, but loving your flowers, looking nice on the cards. Hey, thank you. I'm really excited to show you them colored up and put on a nice card layout with all the supporting products from that suite. Really good stuff. Okay, so today I have a couple of things that I want to share with you. If you're just joining us and you're signed up for our paper sampler or in Color Club, couple of quick updates. I am starting to pull everything together. It's been kind of crazy coming back, but paper is cut. It's ready to be labeled. We're printing sketches and getting them laminated. We're working all weekend. We've planned for Friday after live, Saturday and Monday, which means hopefully we're shipping for like a Wednesday pickup for paper sampler and in Color Club. Now in Color Club, I want to shift to that for just a minute. This is a little sneaky peeky over here. Our first in Color Club Zoom. And don't worry if you can't make it live. It will be available as a replay for you. It is June 5th, which is a Thursday at 2 p.m. This time slot, okay? And we are featuring all the colors in our first Zoom, okay? I had thought about using different bundles and stamp sets and like as a designer series paper is kind of as a feature, but instead what I decided to do is use the in color 6x6 designer series paper, because those of you who are doing the month by month club, you get that in your first month, so you'll be able to pick up right away. You get the cardstock, you get that 6x6 designer series paper, markers, you get the gems in your first month. So I decided to go with the one paper, and then the various bundles are pretty simple. You're going to see a lot of what I used for these cards here today as we make this box. So this box coordinates to these cards, which are your first in Color Club Zoom. It's a stack of 5 cards, a 5-card class, and you'll get a PDF before the Zoom. Okay, you can absolutely watch on the replay, and then our in Color Buddy book. I wanted to just show you guys that again now that I've got my ribbons. So my tabs are ready. Last year, you'll remember we did the in colors and I just looped the tab. This time I did not. Isn't that cute? We will just start with the basics. What are colors and what are color combinations and how do you go about finding those things? That's what we're going to start with in the first month. We're going to talk about the monochromatics because that's what we based our card class on. And then we will go month by month featuring Strawberry Slush in July. At the end of July, we'll be doing Timid Tiger. August, we're going to do Darling Duckling. September, we'll feature Secret Sea. And October 21st will be our last Zoom with Cloud Cover. All right, so that's a little update on In Color Club stuff. Let's see. Do you see right there that vanilla color one? That's the one I've been using. Yeah. You're welcome. All right, so this is our project for today, little coordinating box. We are going to do a PDF for our in color card class also. So if you're not a part of our In Color Club, look out for options for ways for you to participate coming soon, okay? Linda says, hi from Manitoba, Canada. Welcome back. Oh, I'm so glad to be back. Mary Jo says, welcome back. Hope you had the best time at Disney. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. We really did. It was fun to hang out with other demonstrators. Max and I had a great time. Stampin' Up! Took us at the end of the trip into Animal Kingdom, and we had the Avatar section of the park to ourselves. And we rode that 4D virtual simulator ride, the Avatar. Oh my gosh. You guys, I walked out of it the first time going, what just happened to me? And I told Stampin' Up! On the survey, I told them, thank you for the gift of access, because I guess the lines for that Avatar ride run like 3 hours, up to 3 hours. They're usually 2 hours, and they can run up to 3 hours. So to have access to it right like that was really kind of a cool gift. And oh my gosh, I just walked away from it the first time. And if you guys know Soarin' in Epcot, that's my favorite Disney ride. I know it's very mild, but is my favorite Disney ride. It's been for years and years and years. I just love it. I think it's the coolest thing. So to go like, okay, new technology, like an upgrade, a Soarin' upgrade, it was just really cool. So the whole trip was really amazing. Jazz says, can't wait for In Color Club. And the taco cone was epic. That was my favorite part of the whole Disney, is the taco cone from Four Rivers Cantina. I think it's called Four Rivers Cantina. Barbacoa truck in Disney Springs. Oh my gosh, that taco cone is epic. Oh man. Let's see here. Let me pop over on my Facebook friends. You guys doing all right? I gotta pop over on this one to check comments because they're just not rolling on my tablet. Holly says, love these boxes. Well, thank you. I wanted something that could fit a few Lindor truffles, and this was the perfect size box for 3 of them. You could stuff 4 in there, but because of these little at the ends, 3 is probably a better number. I got these strawberry ones and these Neapolitan ones from Jan and Joyce. And if you're a Costco Club members, you might have noticed that both the Neapolitan and strawberry had been at Costco. So really easy to find, pretty accessible. And don't tell me that it's not like perfectly strawberry slush, right? And then one of our focuses in Color Club is to help you make good friends with the new In Colors before they retire, right? There's nothing like going, oh, I kind of like wild wheat now. It only took me 2 years, right? So what we want to do is become really good friends with them from the very start, so we can know what colors to pair them with and how to use them together and with the other 40 colors that Stampin' Up! Has, right? So one of the first things we talk about is like an ombre and monochromatic, like who are the colors from the other, regals, neutrals, brights, and subtles that are monochromatic. Where is your ombre? How do you get that ombre? So that's one of the things we talk about In Color Club. And that's one of the things we're going to focus on our first In Color Club, is each of the colors and what are their monochromatic color buddies. All right, so we're going to do this one today, the strawberry slush one. And we'll talk about the monochromatic color buddies, so you can get kind of an ombre monochromatic effect. I did this Darling Duckling one for a pre-recorded YouTube video. This one will get released later. We've got our ombre monochromatic lint truffle wrappers, strawberry slush, and then that lighter color. Now let me show you one more thing before we go too far. This is the lint milk chocolate caramel, and it is really good with the Timid Tiger. So there's Timid Tiger. So we can make more of these boxes. And then in my Darling Duckling, and these are just the ones I have. I don't know what other colors there are. Maybe there's something that would work with Cloud Cover or Secret Sea, but this is the white chocolate one and is perfect with Darling Duckling. All right, so let's get started with our box, shall we? I'll take a peek at the comments and we'll get crafting. Make a little box for a couple of lint truffles. Let's see here. Deepa says, I have some of those truffles hidden in the office closet. Totally bought them because of the wrapper colors. You and me both, right? That's what's most important when you're a stamper. Come on, let's face it. All right, so our box today, I'm going to do a strawberry slush, is, where's my template? Under the trash can? Nope, hold on. I've got a little bit of, just a little bit of crazy going on here. Not too bad, just a little bit. Got to get the turtles out of here. They've kind of taken over. All right, so for our strawberry slush, I've got 6.5 by 7. And we're going to go here. Let me get this one. Lori says, if we do the PDF version of In Color Club, do we get access to the Zoom? That is a really good question. That is a really good question. I have to think about that one, Lori, because, so things are going to change. I said that kind of at the beginning, right? What we're planning is that I'm not going to say too much. Let me get back to you on that. I'll say that because we're totally changing some stuff up around here. I came back from I went to Onstage knowing that something has to give, like some things have to change in my business because I keep doing the same things and I keep getting the same results. Well, the results are great. I was just in Florida on Stampin' Up's dime for the incentive trip, right? So the results are good, but I want more results. And so I got to do things differently, right? Because to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results is insanity. So we're going to change up some things. I went into Onstage knowing that I needed to, but I came back from this incentive trip with some tangible ideas of how things are going to change. So stay tuned, okay, Lori? And things are going to move a little bit quickly on the In Color Club content, particularly because we're doing some different stuff. All right. Jan says, love those lint truffles. Favorites are dark chocolate strawberry, and dark chocolate mint. Dark chocolate, the like black one, the really dark one, that's my favorite. And then the chocolate mint. And then I like the other one too. This dark chocolate one's pretty good too. This one's not for suckers at all. And then I like the white ones, and I like the peanut butter ones, and I like the strawberry one, and the this one, Neapolitan one, was crazy. It wouldn't be the first one I pick, but I could eat a whole bag of them. I'm just saying. They are some of my favorite candy. Okay, Lori says, okay, sounds good. All right, so let's get started on our scoring. 7-inch side, we're gonna go 1 1/4. And then we're going to rotate to the other 7-inch side, go 1 1/4. Then we're going to rotate 1 turn to the right. Now we're on the 6.5-inch side. 1 1/4, 3, 4 1/4, and 6. All right, super simple box here. And the project sheet, a recorded video with the duckling version, all of that will be on the blog soon. So that's the best I can promise right now. I feel like I'm free falling, but at least it's fun work, right? So I will have that for you as soon as we can pull it all together. There's a chance that today's content will be posted tomorrow, and tomorrow's live content will be posted on Saturday. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. We'll see how that turns out. But as always, I'll have a printable project sheet for you. And for now, I will still have a clean pre-recorded video. That's another thing that might be changing as we go forward here. I've been thinking about, so you guys know Angie Judah, she's my upline and my partner in the Whimsy Workshop, which we are doubling up on this month. So we'll have May for you soon, and we're doing June at the same time because we are behind. But anyways, maybe you guys know Angie Judah. She's been doing her live and then taking the same project for her live and doing it a little bit different for a pre-recorded video. And I've been thinking about doing that too. So just be ready for some changes, because if things don't change, then everything stays the same, including the results that you're getting. And if you want different results and don't change, then you're just insane. And I am insane, but that doesn't mean I need to act that way, right? All right, so we've got this little 1/2 inch toward us, and there's two small 1/2 inch rectangles over here. So let's cut those off. We're going to cut on the score line up to the first score line, and then cut a very generous angle to remove that rectangle. So that's what you want to have there. And then we're going to do the same thing on this little rectangle at the end, and a very generous angle. Now we're going to liberate these tabs. We're going to cut a little dart, so an angle and an angle, and get rid of the score line. This is the outside of our box right here, so cut straight along your score line on the rectangle, and then a little angle on the square, which is your adhesive tab. Straight on the rectangle again, angle on the square again, and then a little angle here for a nice clean finish. All right, and then we'll do the same thing to these tabs on this side. And I am officially not seeing any comments on the Facebook on either device. Show my Facebook people. Are you there? What are you doing? I'm going to close out of the Facebook right here and go back in and see if that helps me. All right, so I'll try that. But in the meantime, say hey if you're watching on the Facebook, so that I can see if it's just quiet around here or if I got a problem with my comments. Kathy says I'm here, and Holly made a smiley face. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are still here. All right, then we're going to remove these score lines and get some tools. I want to put round corners on my tabs and a thumb notch to open. Let's get the Simply Scored. This is my favorite way to centering ruler. I think it's because I just have this on my desk all the time anyway. But if I don't mark center, I don't get anywhere near center. It's kind of funny, but I'll just line that up on the centering ruler, make a little divot, and then get a 1/2 inch circle punch. Remember, you've only got a 1/2 inch here, so don't go too deep. A little 1/2 inch circle, a little bit less than halfway. And then let's get a corner rounder and do the flaps here. All right, where am I at? Where am I at? I'm going to try this and then try this and see if I can see what you guys are doing. Okay, I'm going to use my little 1/4 inch. Joy says, I'm still here. Awesome. Good. Thank you. Jan says, you design awesome boxes. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for the inspiration. Jan brought me a lint box with the dark chocolate mint, my favorite, and then the strawberry and the Neapolitan lint in there. And I've been like, okay, I got to quick make a box before I end up eating all the truffles. They are my favorite. Okay, then I've got the outside of my box here. I'm going to put tear and tape on the squares. So skip the trapezoid, skip the rectangle, and then these ones, well, they were squares. Now they're trapezoids too, because we cut those angles, but 2 on each is what I like to do. And I've got a brand new embossing folder, you guys. I don't think much of the Kintsugi Suite. I don't even know if I even said that right. It's not my speed. The colors are a little muted. For my taste, you guys know, if you follow me, I tend for a little bit more bold, but I think the embossing folder from that set is from that suite is really a winner. So I took a piece here. I think this is 1.5 by 4, It'll be on the project sheet for sure. And I embossed it with that crazy cool new folder. I needed to see the folder outside of the suite to fully understand. And Stampin' Up! Had the pennant banners that are from the new catalog. And each of the banners was embossed with this folder. And there it is in Strawberry Slush. It's just a bunch of different patterns kind of all joined together. And that's what it's called. It's called Joined Together. And I really am very glad to have the folder, even though I probably won't get the rest of the suite. I think it's very versatile and very unique. If you've been stamping for a long time, you've been collecting tools like embossing folders for a very long time, this one is one where you're not going to say, oh, I got one just like that from 10 years ago. You know what I mean? It's got a different look and feel to it. So I was very happy to add that to my collection. And we're going to use it to add a little texture to the top of our box. And then I've got a piece of the 6x6 Designer Series paper. This is 3/4 by 4. Maybe this is 4 1/4. Hold on, I'm gonna get my ruler, but trust me when you see it on the project sheet. This is 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. Yeah, by 4 1/4, and this is 3/4 by 4. You did it, Violet? Huh? Fantastic. Does it flap all the way? Huh? Does it flap all the way on the front, end to end, or is it short on the inside like the cookie box was? Oh, it's like that one. That's how we did it? Oh, you are the best. So I gave Violet a box for tomorrow. That's, like I said, we're flying by the seat of our pants around here. I know exactly what I want, and I have one just like it, but small. And I have one just like it, but not deep enough. So I said, hey, Violet, do you think you could take this box and make it fit this treat? And I gave her the box, the template from the one that's not quite right, not the small one, but the other one. I said, here you go. And she's over there. She's like, I think I could do it. Resizing my box. I can't wait to show you guys tomorrow. You'll have to come back tomorrow for that one because right after I'm done here, I'll get to stamp it, that one. It's in my mind. You know what is hard to do, though? Share it with you on live when it's just in my mind. So we're working on getting it out. All right, so Designer Series paper is on with liquid glue. I'm removing the liner from all of my tabs. This box is a little funny because these tabs overlap inside. So before you stick the tabs together, you want to make sure that you've squared up the corners, all right? So you've got your sticky tabs. You're going to fold them in and then bring the box around, right? Okay, so there's tape here, and you don't want to stick it to there so you can't move it until you've lined up your corner here. So there's your back corner, nice and square. Switch to your front corner, square that up, and then once you've squared those up, then burnish, and your flaps adhere to each other and to that outside panel, all right? So one more time. You're going to take the two with the adhesive and tuck them in. You see that they will glue themselves together here, all wonkadoodle, if you just let them. So don't let them. Bring your corner up and square it up in front. Bring it up, square it up in back, and then burnish that all together. Good? Clear as mud? All right. Holly says, that's pretty. I'm thinking about getting that embossing folder. I would highly recommend it. I think even if you don't get any of the rest of the suite, no matter what you put it with, here's our matching card. And then inside the card, let me show you. So there is the reverse side. So you can get an idea of what it looks like. It's just really cool. Anyway, there's our box. Let's put some treats in. Your take on the uses for the tools is wonderful. Well, thank you. I have this like rebel spirit, I think is what it is, honestly. All right, there's our treats. You can stuff 4 in there. I tried on the pre-recorded video just to make sure, but it does bulge out a little bit. Those little twisty ends take up a lot of space. All right, we need to do some die cutting, and I did a bunch of it ahead. So let me show you some sneak peeks here. Are you ready? All right, Old Olive. I got a vine, and this is Pretty in Pink. Got a label. Those are from the, what's that thing called again? Jan will tell me, the Creativity Now. If you're a Stampin' Demonstrator, you can do this event called Creativity Now. They had a registration for it. You had to register. Then you could order the product for it, which is pre-release product. I believe this will be in the holiday catalog. So I'm using the Peace on Earth dies here. And this is 2 labels, okay, in the set. This is the smaller of the labels, and then you get a bigger one, so they're nested. And then there's an embossing folder that these coordinate with, right? And then this vine, this kind of long branch, that one is also from the Peace on Earth dies. All right, so there's some die cutting. Hold on, I got a little bit more die cutting to go here. So we've been talking about in colors, and one of the first things we learn in Color Club, one of the first things we do in our Color Buddy reference guide is identify the monochromatic colors so you can get this ombre effect, right? So we got Strawberry Slush, Pretty in Pink, and then I took this little die here from Stylish Shapes, so the short, narrow banner, and I cut that from Real Red. So now you can start to see our ombre effect going on here. From light to dark, Pretty in Pink, Strawberry Slush, Real Red. Okay, and then I've got a tag. This little tag is from my favorite online exclusive die set. I mean, there's Stampin' Up's always releasing new ones, so who knows? But Tags to Go dies. It's got a couple of little tags, a few little tags, a couple of keys, hearts, locks, really cute. Something kind of outside the normal. All right, so that's basic white. Those are my die cuts. Wait, I have one more die cut here, I think. Hey, Violet, where'd you put that foil heart? I mean, foil flower.
In that pile.
Uh-oh, did I lose it?
Possibly.
I have a foil flower somewhere, you guys, I promise. I'm looking for it right now. So there's a new foil set, and if you got our paper sampler and did the 6x6 add-on and the 2-tone add-on, I'm giving you some of this foil for free. It is called the Flower Garden Foils. Let me show you these really quick. I cut just a tiny little, a little bit of this goes a very long way. Got your Strawberry Slush, Cloud Cover, and then this pink, probably pretty close to Pretty in Pink, I'd say. Let's see if I'm right on those. It says Cloud Cover, Pretty in Pink, Strawberry Slush. Yep, I got those right. Okay, so I took the Strawberry Slush one, and you might have to help me, Violet, because I cannot find it at all. I took the Strawberry Slush one and a little flower die from the Meant to Be dies. That's this one, you guys, from the Meant to Be dies. I love all these little flowers at the bottom. I think they make really great embellishments. So I cut one of those little flowers from that Strawberry Slush foil. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna do some stamping next.
What'd you put in?
I don't know, let me make sure it's not in there.
Yeah.
I just got all the pieces, but I have been showing all the different stuff. I did. I lost it. I lost my little Strawberry Slush flower.
Can I just grab another one real quick?
Yeah, that's okay. Well, that's how you find things. When it's lost, you just buy a new one, or you... Ah, found it. Found it. See, all we had to do is threaten to cut a new one. There's my little flower. All right, white cardstock scraps. Let me get a Stampin' Pierce mat here. And a couple of ink pads. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you guys are talking about the turtles. Cheryl says, I don't like the turtles. I hate to admit it. They kind of freak me out. Is that? Oh, and then Cheryl said, me too. And then Leanne says, same. So many cuter turtles in Stampin' Up! Past. I love the embossing folder, hexagon bling, and they go with my old turtles though, right? And the designer series paper is adorable too. See, I don't think that you guys are alone in that at all. And that's part of why we did June Card Club for Cool People with Turtly Awesome and the last Turtles with the punch. And we did it with Zoo Crew and Bella and friends so that you guys could, if you wanted to skip the Turtly Awesome bundle because you already got turtles you like better, you don't have any, you won't have any trouble at all translating Card Club using another bundle that you already have. So many people are just, I don't know, it's polarizing. Some people love it, and it's a smaller minority of people who love it. But I think the majority don't like it very much. It had to grow on me. All right, so we're gonna do a little stamping here. Let us see. I gotta show you this. I wasn't kidding in Color Club when I said that we'd be using various stamps and bundles in our card class. We're using all these same elements in our first In Color Club card. So nothing that you can't substitute out if you don't have everything I have. But I did just pick from what I picked what I needed from the things that I have instead of focusing on one bundle. Of course, I think my Pretty Florals would be the one that I'd say is the focus if I had to pick one. That's where my flowers come from. We've got the little like, what is this called? Like, not a hydrangea. What are those things called? I don't remember. And then we got this one that's kind of like a whatever these kind are. And then these two other styles. That was awesome. Sometimes I can't believe the words that come out of my mouth. So anyways, there's two-step stamping, and then there's two groups of three, kind of a different shaped flower, and then the one that looks kind of like a cone flower, and then the one that looks like a whatever these things are called. I want to say like a lupin or something like that, but I don't know nothing. So anyway, that's kind of the star of the show, but you can put any flower will do, right? As long as you, I don't know, keep like the scale in mind. You want something about the same size. I'm going to do the base of the flower with Strawberry Slush, and we're doing that monochromatic thing. So we're going to do the outline with Real Red. And let's see if I can do this without sticking my head in the camera. Oh, nice. That was pretty good. I should try less more often. That was good. That was lined up great. And then Old Olive, kind of a neutral green. Let's put this aside. I've got my little tag. I'm going to stamp Celebrate. Now here again, it was more of like, what do I need? And I just found it in what I had. So Pretty Florals doesn't have any greetings. I grabbed Beautiful Motifs, and I'm using Celebrate from there. My cards all say just a note. That's what I wanted to do with them. But of course, you could put any little sentiment from any stamp set on here. So any flower, as long as you keep in mind about the size. Little greenery die cut, keep in mind the size. A word on your tag. And then we've got a little background element. This. We have used this so much in Card Club. This is Elements of Text, and we're going to stamp our Pretty in Pink label with some text element and use Strawberry Slush. So we've got our ombre effect there. Pretty in Pink, Strawberry Slush, Real Red. And let's do across the label here, and then slide it up, finish the label with another line of text. Cute. Look at the mess I made. Hang on, let's close up these ink pads and wipe my Stampin' Pierce mat off. I should have put something underneath it, but I have been doing this for quite a few boxes and cards now, and I just keep doing it the same way. I just keep stamping all over my Stampin' Pierce mat, and then I wipe the ink off, and then I turn it over and keep working. No time to stop and get scratch paper, right? When you're on a roll, you're on a roll. The box can receive the tag now. Let's get a little bit of glue. See how you guys are doing. A snapdragon. A snapdragon. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what that is. Margaret says, yes, hate the turtles. So freaking ugly. It's a great idea or concept, but the turtles are ugly and not cute. See, it took me coloring them and then playing with the accessories and stuff. I have to say, though, if I was just doing them for fun, if I was just doing the cards for fun, I probably would grab my turtle with the punch from a couple years ago because I love that bundle. Like, it's just a little bit more, but it is more cutesy, a little less detailed. I don't know. I loved that bundle, so I'd probably grab that one before I'd buy a new one. But the problem is there's new stampers born every day, right? And I don't want to frustrate anybody with Card Club and offer it with something that they can't get, right? So I totally embraced the new turtles. Once I colored them, I loved them. I love them colored. They need to be colored. They need to come to life. They need hats and bird friends and all the little things that make this set so good. But don't worry, if you're a Card Club member, you are going to have lots of inspiration to do other stamps. And if you are a current Card Club member, if you are a Card Club for Cool People and you got May's Card Club, by the way, the second chance content is available. If you want the Ocean Friends card class, you can get that now on the blog. Just kitchentablestamper.com/shop. And then if you sort by recently added, you'll see that the Ocean Friends card class is there. All right, so I took that little banner, cut it in half, put some glue dots on it, and we're going to pop it underneath the label and to make sure it grabs. Let's open that and burnish it down. And then now look, we're getting our full ombre monochromatic effect here. I got my little leafy vine that had a little glue shared from the label on the back of it. Got my Celebrate and my foil flower. Let me show you what I did with that. Got one of my handy dandy flossers and linen thread. Let's see here. What stamp are the flowers from? This is Pretty Florals for the flowers. Aren't they cool? I like the two-step stamping. What stamp set are you featuring with the first In Color Club? This is the matching box. All right, so this is what you can expect for our welcome. We're going to use Pretty Florals, elements of text, the motifs. Let's see here. Beautiful motifs. So I made it hopefully pretty easy for you to substitute if you don't have it. So first In Color Club. So think about a small to medium flower set if you don't have Pretty Florals. Elements of text. If you're Card Club members, you better have this one. I couldn't put it down for a couple of months. But any little background element you got there, and then beautiful motifs for the greetings. And this is a lot like what your cards are going to look like for that first In Color Club event. We're going to use the cardstock, In Color Club cardstock, or the In Color 6x6 Stampin' Up! Designer series paper, and then we're going to use the In Color cardstock. And yeah, this is your sneak peek. This is your sneak peek and your extra and your bonus project. After you make all the cards in Color Club, then you can come back and make the matching treat boxes. Jerry says, cute boxes, thank you. Margaret says, nope, not going to convince me on the turtles. That's okay. I have a few of those myself. That is like, okay, that is just not much. Not much you can do to convince me on that one, but that's okay. That's why you've got alternatives, because I figured that was one that was not going to be an easy sell. You know, either you like them or you don't like them. So do it with Bella and friends, because they turn out, the cards for Card Club turn out really cute with Bella and friends too. That's so cute. And your laughing face, the one that's laughing and crying. All right, so I tied the linen thread onto the tag, just a little over under, then took both ends, threading it through the foil flower. Now the foil flower is threaded onto the tag, and we can get a little glue dot here, fold it over. Yes, I'm going to use the tip of my scissors because I'm not exactly sure where my take your pick tool got off to. So I rolled that up in half, and I'm going to pop it underneath this flower. Slide the flower down into place, like so. Add a couple of dimensionals on the back of there, or in my case, I'm going to add some pieces from the edge. Oh, this is winning. When you use up the whole thing, like every last bit, that is winning. And I am getting there here on this one. All right, we can remove the liner from here. And slide these aside. Oh, I gotta die cut those. We'll do that after I pop this on. All right, so I'm gonna pop this little guy, and I'm not gonna burnish it down. I'm just gonna set it aside because we're going to, but that way I don't stick the thing to my sleeve and then spend like 10 minutes asking, hey guys, does anybody see my tag? Does anybody see my tag? When it's stuck to my sleeve. Do you guys ever do that? Put the glue with the sticky side up and then you can't find your thing. And later on, you're like, oh man, there it is. And it's stuck to your elbow. Hyacinth, Hyacinth, that's the one it is. That's the one it is. Joy, you're brilliant. Thank you. Yes, that's what that is. I love this. I love this. Let's die cut it, shall we? Oh, Joy to the rescue. Oh, let's see. Facebook is doing good. How's our YouTube doing? Working on my May Card Club for Cool People cards today and loving it. Oh, good for you, Jen. It's gray and cold here. Good day for Stampin'. That's what I have to say about that. Cold, gray. My husband is working Memorial Day. That's his holiday. The guys have to work one holiday. It's 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day. I don't know what else is included. New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. I don't remember. I think that those are the ones. And everybody has to pick one holiday and commit to it and work it. And so Max always picks Memorial Day because then he gets it out of the way, right? Then he worked his holiday and he's done. So he's working Memorial Day. So I'm going to have a Stampy Palooza. I have been stamping since yesterday afternoon. I stopped to eat nachos and to sleep. I will stop to pick up my son eventually, maybe take a walk, and then get back to it. And I think I'm going to stamp from yesterday to Tuesday. And then besides that, we'll be in between all that. We're going to be wrapping up paper sampler and in color club packages and get those out. So basically what that means is I won't leave the house too much. And I definitely have no plans for the holiday weekend. How about you guys? Anybody got fun Memorial Day plans? Let me find my Stampin' Dimensionals. I've kind of lost them. We'll get this thing too. This is my craft sheet, silicone craft sheet. Gotta have my little bottle with the squeeze. My little bottle with the squeeze. Mary Jo says, love the box and these flowers are pretty. Aren't they good? It's the two-step stamping where you get the two-tone. And by the way, you guys, this one's Wild Wheat and Darling Duckling. Those are perfect monochromatics. So I used them. If you got it, you got it. I got it. Why shouldn't we use it, right? So it's the Strawberry Slush and Real Red. That two-step stamping that really gives them some life. They're kind of simple art, but that two-step stamping really brings it to life. I love this set. All right, Stampin' Dimensionals. We're almost done with these here. Let's cut another one in half. Get some on the back of this flower. Can you believe we're almost done? I think I've given all of the updates. I will be back again tomorrow with a box that you guys may have seen before, but in a totally different size, resized by my sweet Violet. I can't wait to take a look at what she came up with. And so we will have another treat box tomorrow, something that's in my head and just can't wait to get out. All right, let's slide this aside, bring this guy and this guy in. And we're going to lift this up a little bit and add our, what is this thing called again? Hyacinth? Hyacinth. There we go. And now we can tack down that Celebrate. Oh, you guys, I love it. I just love it. I hope you guys are as thrilled with as I am. If you are joining me a little bit later here, hold on. As soon as we get this embellished up, I'll give you an In Color Club sneak peek. I don't know if you guys saw me flash our first In Color Club samples, but I have those right next to me. We're going to be making 5 cards, one of each color. They match. This box, we will have options if you're not In Color Club members, but you want to get in on the card class. There will be some options for that coming for you. All right, let's get our embellishments. You guys, I love these. All right, this is brand new from the annual catalog. These are called pressed flower motifs. If you haven't ordered these, if you don't have these, wait till you get them. They're like heavy. They're like hugely heavy. They're metal. They're solid. They add a really cool color and texture. I'm gonna put that on the knot in the center of my flower. So give that a good squeeze. I use the big ones on the little ones. Both look great. And then to add a little bit of shine, we're going to use the 2025, 2027 flat pearls. And you got these in your first month if you're an In Color Club. I've got your packages behind me, all your products behind me. These are included in that first month for my monthly In Color Club members. So you're going to have the designer series paper, the cardstock, the gems here, so that you can make some cards that will match the box. There is our Strawberry Slush Shine, and that is our truffle box. Do you guys love it? I hope you love it. And let me just pull over here. So In Color Club, like we talked about, let's just flip to our Darling Duckling page here. You'll make a page for each color in its month, and then you'll be able to see our monochromatic, Wild Wheat, Darling Duckling, Lemon Lolly, just like the box. This one will be on a clean YouTube video later for you. And then our Strawberry Slush. There's our In Color Buddies reference guide if you're just joining us. Look at how I did my tabs this year. If you're a returning In Color Club member, you already have your book and you got your last year's colors in there. And then now this year, we're going to spice it up a little bit with our tabs. And then this is our projects for June 5th. If you can't join us on June 5th, that's okay. We've got 5 cards, all featuring those same products, the same embossing folder we used today, the same die sets and stamp sets. And there will be some options to get this card class, even if you're not an In Color Club member. So take a look out for that coming. Linda says, pretty little flower box. Thank you. Jan says they're so pretty. Thank you, Jan. All right, you guys, let's see here. All week rain here. Craft time for sure. Yeah, we have had just kind of a light rain for days, and now it's just kind of gray and cold. Really good Stampin' weather, though. Christine says, I wasn't fond of that. I'm getting through for sympathy, feel better, encouragement, reminds me of being broken by life. but back together and make something beautiful from all the brokenness. Yeah, that's exactly like that. Kintsugi. I don't know if I said that right. It's definitely a suite that can be used for those cards that need to speak a little bit deeper, you know? And the embossing folder, I think, is for everything and entirely for every day, whether it's in fun, bright colors like Strawberry Slush and Darling Duckling, or you're going in those more muted sympathy colors. I saw it on stage on the little banners. They made a bunting using those dies, and each one was a different color and embossed with the joined together embossing folder. I love the embossing folder. It really is. It's a great tool to add to your collection, even if you're not on board for the whole suite. All right, let's see how my Facebook friends are doing before I get out of here. I will be back tomorrow at noon. I've got a really great idea for you. I'm gonna get right to Stampin' It after we're done here. So come and join me. Same bat channel, different bat time. I'll be here at noon Central Time. And let's see. Cliffy says very pretty. Thank you, my friend. I hope you enjoyed it, and we're glad to keep you company, my friend. Jerry says the gems are gorgeous. Do you mean these flat pearls, the motifs, or both? Because I'm loving them both, and I'm really enjoying them together. Let me show you guys this, because it's sitting right next to me anyways, and I love that Stampin' did it. Here is that same flat pearls. This is 2024-2026 in color flat pearls. So if you're going to order up some flat pearls, I say grab both sets because they really are gorgeous. They've got kind of a oil slick finish. They're nice and flat, but they add that shimmer and shine. And if you're a card club for cool people, if you're card club members, you got a pack of the original, the antique flat pearls in your card kit. And so this is the whole family of flat pearls. I love these guys. So there's your antique ones, and 2025, 2027 in colors, and 2024, 2026 in colors. Yeah, I need them all, as you can see. Corian says, pretty box, I'll have to watch the replay. Yes, check out the replay. And I will see you guys tomorrow with a fun new project. All right? Have a great afternoon, everyone. Thank you for spending some time with me. Thank you for all your support. I'll see you tomorrow.